Told you have some massive breaking news here, Shams.
Pat, I do have some news. Sources tell ESPN, sources tell us on the Pat McAfee show here. Carmelo Anthony has been notified. He has been elected into the Basketball Hall of Fame, the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame class of 2025. He's the
Hell yeah.
landmark player, the big name player here for this Hall of Fame class, and 10-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA team, the
What?
10th leading scorer of all time
What?
in NBA history. We know how great he was with the New York Knicks, the Denver Nuggets.
What?
He had late runs with the Thunder, the Portland Trailblazers, finished his career with the Lakers. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Congratulations, Melo! From what I've been told, you have some massive.
So Carmelo Anthony, he was, been drafted in the great class of 2003, where they have Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh himself, and also LeBron James, who is still playing in his 22nd season as we speak. But yeah, man, shout out to Carmelo Anthony, well deserved. So go ahead, everybody, man. What's your take on Carmelo Anthony being a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yeah, he was a first time Hall of Famer. However, the only thing is, I'm just upset he never got a ring. It would have been really, really good for him to get a ring and his legacy be even 10 times stronger. Him going to the Hall of Fame makes sense. He used to average about 30 points a game, seven assists, and I think 7 rebounds on average each and every game. But him not getting a ring, I think kind of messed up his legacy just quite a little bit. And I was hoping and praying that he would literally come back, retire from the NBA and come back and win a ring, and that was solidify his whole legacy. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. But now he's in the Hall of Fame. But shout out to him. He deserved, well deserved. He played very hard. He worked hard to get there. Hopefully, so his son will take on his legacy and end up getting a ring. Go right ahead, Akeem. Your commentary.
For me, I'm gonna just have to agree with you. I wish he had got a ring. I thought he was a very dynamic player. Good in all levels. I've seen him grow up. I like the fact that he was a humble player, never really talked smack. Business wasn't out there. We can all talk about how good he was on the court, but off the court, I loved him. Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Carmelo Anthony, he is phenomenal. One of the best scorers I've ever seen that played the game. Yeah. And go him winning that championship ring. Shout out to you, Jordan Herman. We see you, my brother.
He said, don't forget, Carmelo Anthony was Puerto Rican. Shout outs to my Puerto Rican brothers. Coqui. Boricua.
But him winning a ring, there's two scenarios that he won a ring. The first scenario was if the Detroit Pistons would have selected him as a number 2 pick instead of Darko Milicic, which I'm still, as a Pistons fan, I'm kind of still upset, because if we had Carmelo Anthony and Detroit Pistons, he would we still would have won that ring that next year. But I think Carmelo Anthony would have took us to the ride and won the multiple champions in Detroit Pistons. So as a Pistons fan, I'm kind of upset that back in 2003 we had the chance to draft Melo, but we drafted Darko Milicic, and after that he's been a bust. And in the second scenario, when the Big Three happened in Miami, it was supposed to be Carmelo Anthony to be on the team instead of Chris Bosh. But what happened was Carmelo Anthony, he signed a deal. I think a year, 2 years before, when D Wade, Chris Bosh, and LeBron James, they always going to wait and be free agency and everything. But Carmelo Anthony, he kind of opted in because of the money. He stayed a little bit in Denver, and then later on, a couple of years later, he got traded to New York Knicks and everything. So that was another scenario that it was supposed to be Melo, who was supposed to be the Big Three sub Chris Bosh, but it didn't happen that way. But anyways, he had a phenomenal career. He was a great Denver Nuggets fan. Denver Nuggets. That was me. That was my favorite Carmelo Anthony. He was in Denver. And then went to New York. Had a great career. And then tried to go ring chase to go to OKC, Portland, and the Lakers. It didn't eventually work out, but still, when it comes to the Olympics, I think him and Kevin Durant, they have most. I'm about to play the most Olympic gold medals and everything. So, when it comes to the Olympics, he does have the gold medals, which that definitely puts him up there of being like not just a great player in the NBA, but also a great player when it comes to the Olympics as well. But shout out to Carmelo, well deserved, and I can't wait to see his speech later on this year.